Here are the top 3 products that you need to have as a woman in your 3rd trimester. So either you're in your 3rd trimester, or you're going to enter your 3rd trimester, or heck, you're not pregnant yet, but hopefully you will want to be and you want your 3rd one. I'm Crystal Borgeson. 7th pregnancy is the one I'm on, and I am in my 3rd trimester. And I regularly have home births, and so I have wonderful tips from all these great women as I've traveled and had a new midwife in almost every place I've gone. And I wanted to share some of my favorite ones because I've met so many moms who don't have any of this knowledge and they're just suffering throughout. So my first tip, if you get in your 3rd trimester, if you're already there or you're going to be there, your body starts to release relaxin, and it makes it your joints all nice and loosey-goosey so that your pelvis will pull apart during the birth process. Problem is that it does it to all your joints, and it starts way sooner than you need it to. So my tip number 1 is get yourself some collagen. The collagen is going to help keep the effects of the relaxin going away and get off of it when you are at about 37 weeks. Talk to your provider about it, of course. My favorite collagen has 9 different types of collagen in it. There are something like 27 or 17 of them or something. There are a whole bunch of different types, but most of them have 3 on the market. I'll share mine down below, but if you're already using a collagen supplement, just keep using your collagen supplement. My second tip for helping in your 3rd trimester is a probiotic. And this is going to help with like 2 or 3 different things. It's of course going to give you all the wonderful benefits of a probiotic naturally, but as your insides are getting squashed by your little one who's growing, stuff doesn't move as freely as it was before, and a good probiotic helps keep all the food broken down in your body to not be so gassy. We're going to get a little intense here. But also you're going to be coming up on your, of course I'd forget it as soon as I started talking about it. You're going to get a test for, I think it's a strep test, but of your birth canal. So when the baby comes down, they know whether or not you should be on, they'll give you an antibiotic during your delivery. But if you take a probiotic a few weeks before that test, it helps that test come back negative so that you don't have to be on that antibiotic, which, you know, gets to the baby and you don't want to be killing your gut flora as you're sitting there in birth. So one of the best things to do is to get on that probiotic now before you have to take that. I think it is some type of strep test. And the third thing that I have done for every single one of my pregnancies, and it helps a lot, is to be drinking consistently red raspberry leaf tea, not raspberry tea, red raspberry leaf tea. It's a little bit bitter. You can find it easily online. It's a little bit harder to find in stores like the general grocery store, but you can find it at like a natural food store or a supplement store. You can find them easily online. I could drop a link for the one that I'm using right now. I've consumed so much of this tea, but what it does is it helps, you'll start having more Braxton Hicks contractions, and what it does is it tones the uterus up so that your birth doesn't stall out, A, and B, especially because as a 7-time mom, your chances and risks of bleeding out go up quite a bit. So what it does is it helps so that after I give birth, my uterus will be nice and toned and exercised so that it can push the placenta off and get those blood vessels contracted so that I lessen my risk of bleeding out. So those are, of course, I mean, they're medical things. Talk to your provider. But those are my top 3 tips for your 3rd trimester. Try them out if you have some great ones that you know of, or that you love in your births, please drop the comments below. I'd love to read all of those.